G'day everyone, Roy, it's sunny Sunland. Look, I have to tell you, Robbie and Tracy are here to pick up their caravan. But about an hour or two ago, we had Graham, a visitor here, who was giving me curry for telling everyone, bragging about sunny Sunland and the Sunshine State, because it was raining. Here we are, 1 hour later, and I can still say to everyone, it's a beautiful sunny day. So, Graham, yeah, better luck next time trying to get me out. Anyway, on with Robbie and Tracy's van. So they've just arrived to pick up their beautiful new caravan, and we've got a few little things on this caravan that's a little bit different. Again, you're used to all this stuff here, the blackjack, and I don't know whether I've mentioned the fact that the blackjack does have that override facility. If the electrics for some reason were to fail, you can actually put the handle in and use the handle to get that up and down. The other features on the blackjack that I should mention, and whilst we fit these, we also put the jockey wheel, you can see on here, because if you want to pull it around you need that wheel. But this has also got, apart from the retention that's going up and down, this quick release part that makes it easier to get the distance covered. We're also now fitting it with an Anderson plug, so that when you're not using this jack, you've actually got a power source on the A-frame, so you can use something that plugs to the Anderson. It's actually quite a nice feature. So this goes up and down. It's also got a light, and it's also got a little level on the top there, little spirit level. So it's quite a handy device to have on your caravan. So I know I keep on about these blackjacks. I love it. It's not a paid commercial for them, by the way. They don't give me anything for saying this, but we do love them. These guys have changed the toolbox. So the standard toolbox, this is a solid panel, and you have the three jerry can holders in there, which is something I rather like, keeping things that you want safe locked away. They've opted, however, to put jerry can holders on the outside and to turn that into another tray with another drop-down door. So you've got a drop-down door this end, drop-down door that end, gas bottles in the middle, and the jerry cans out the front. All the powder coated. Looks lovely. So moving around the van, they've opted to go for the blue Raptor. And as I mentioned before, you can have the blue or you can have the black. And you can see inside here now, they've done another couple of interesting things inside the boot. They've put 240 volt power inside the boot, and they've put power both ends. So they've got 12 volt both ends of this boot. I'm not exactly sure why they've wanted that, but it's another feature, it's just another change that they've opted to go for on this van. So we've got the table on the outside. They've gone for a manual awning instead of the electric awning. They've gone for the motion detection lights at the top. Again, I do love these big black handles. And again, I'm going to mention, we are an accredited RV mat manufacturer. If it's not got that on the outside of it at this moment in time, there are no outside sources checking the compliance of your caravan. It's only those companies that are RV mat accredited that actually has a company that comes in and checks to make sure we're compliant. It is a feature. I know there are plenty of good manufacturers out there that aren't necessarily RV mat accredited, but only the very best of both. A really good manufacturer and RV mat accredited. Cruise Master, airbag suspension. We've talked about this plenty of times in the past. One of the really neat features that I must admit I really do like is the fact that you've got an airline here that you can use to pump up the tyres in your car or your caravan. So you know when you're in those rugged conditions where you need to drop your tyre pressures down, this does make it a little easier to re-pump them back up. I'm not going to take too long with this van because these guys are literally in there waiting for me, and they've been a little bit delayed in picking it up, so it's sort of getting close to 2 o'clock, a little later than normal. They have fitted a ladder on the back, and of course they've got the standard rear camera. Now there are different cameras out there at the moment. That's a single one. You can get a single and you can get them a double, one pointed down here, one going back there. It's up to the individuals what you like on that. This has now got the new progressive indicator lights. I like this. The indicator sort of progressively comes across. It's only a little feature, but it's kind of cool. They have fitted the gas heater, and of course two pumps, one for the 190, one for the 60 litre tank, and the quick release filter. This does have the red water valve, the Gerard instant hot water service. So, and now we are putting this on to show people, to make sure that you fully understand how to operate and get the best out of that red water valve itself. On this side of the van, go to our power again. Our 225 lithium batteries. These are going through another progress of development, so this is actually going to change again in the future. But at the moment we've got these two 225s, a fantastic battery system, and I highly recommend them. Someone was saying to me the other day, what are you going to do when these batteries go into long-term storage? And it's really, really simple. If you're going into long-term storage where there is no sunlight whatsoever, you're probably better off to actually hit these two buttons and turn these batteries off completely. Now, in doing that, there'll be no power going into the van, so things like fridges won't have their electronics working, nothing will be working, but you won't drain the batteries in any way, shape or form. If you do store it on 240 volt, not a problem, just leave it on 240 volt. If you do store it in sunlight, again, you don't need to do any of that. But if you are storing it somewhere, no 240 volt and no light source, turn those two blue buttons and turn this off completely. 3000 watt Victron inverter charger. What can we say about Victron? They're a great product. Now, these folks have also gone for a SOG system, and we put the covers on the refrigerator. So this has got the dust cover set. We do the one on the fridge and the one on the door, and of course the top fridge vent is actually on the roof. We've also fitted a sail track across the top. Some people like the idea of putting a shade over this side. I think it's a really good idea if you do that, and this actually can be where you park your car. That way your car stays nice and safe if you do happen to get hail or something. But keeping this side shaded is not a bad idea either. So let's go and have a look at and see what's happened on the inside. Now, Tracy has actually made a good contribution to this to start off with herself by making her own bedspread for it. So the bed cover that you're about to see isn't one made by our staff, it's actually been made by Tracy themselves. So I'll just bring you in here. All right, so it's a really nice colour tone, so it's sort of a mauve. So it looks good. They've got the the diamond stitch bed head. They've gone for the pockets each side the bed. We've got a CPAP provision hole on this side and the heater control here. Now you can opt to have the hangers, or you can have shelves inside the robe. Because this has got CPAP provision, they've also fitted 240 and 12 volt inside there as well. So we've got plenty of power happening. There's 240 and 12 volt there. There's 240 and 12 volt down the bottom. They've put leather pelmets on here, which is rather nice. Now these guys have got, okay, I love the fact that no one was now doing this diamond stitch, even in this bump top here, it's really cool. That nice blue, look at that, actually gorgeous. That is the Aussie Traveller door, so it's got that really good mesh screen. 32-inch TV, and they've gone for the gorgeous Evo Stone. I say gorgeous because it is really fabulous, this product. Because they've gone for this different seating, this particular seating has been done, you've seen this on previous videos, it's very personalised. So they've gone for this seating with the electric lift up legs, okay, and they've got provisions underneath there for the little dog. So they sort of put a dog bed underneath their seats as well. But this type of seating has allowed them to have an Evo Stone bench top. So they've got Evo Stone here, and they've also got Evo Stone on this side, and it's also given them that panel. So they've got that power. So where you'd normally see the inverter on switch inside there, it's actually the controls are here. Now I'm just resetting that to 13. 13 is where I want that set. I have given you different numbers over a period of time, but we finally worked out the best position for that is 13. Set it on 13 and leave it. The only time you would change that is if you've got a generator on the outside of the van. If you're running a generator, take whatever its maximum output by way of amps, and if it's say if it's an 8 amp charger generator, then you would set this at half that rate. So an 8 means 4, 16 would mean 8. But generally speaking, across the board, always leave that on 13. They can see quite easily here the state of charge. Just press that one there. I had my brother calling me from Cairns the other day, and he said, I can't read it, I can't read it. And it's because he didn't actually, he didn't press the button to illuminate it, so it's too dark to read otherwise. So there you go, John, press the button. These batteries are currently at 94%, and here is your water tank level. They've got a couple of 12 volt sockets there and the two 240 volts. So they've got it all sort of sitting there quite nicely for them. Okay, on this particular van, and this is a 21.5 foot van, so it's pretty much the larger of these more livable style vans. And when I say livable, I mean you can tow with this without it getting too heavy. You've got 3 drawers here. You've got your slide out pantry, the pot drawer underneath the Thetford. Now this is a Thetford grill top, so it's got 3 plus 1. So 3 gas plus the 1 electrics. This is the one with that nice heavy grate. I think that's a really nice feature on that. And it'll take the knocking around. Bin on the top. Evo's done with this nice groove cut into here. And underneath here we've got these drawers. Now I've had several people say to me that the other side of that is a void not being utilised. In this case, in the 21 foot, because it's just that little bit wider, we are actually able to do something with it, and in this case we put shelves in there. So there's actually storage taken up in this. This size allows it. When it gets a bit too small, the time you put a door in, it's all too tiny. But I'm redesigning this in the future, and I'll change that when I make that redesign. Double DIN stereo system. Your buttons are here for your water tanks, your drinking water and your general purpose, plus another USB socket up the top. Now they've got 21 foot. This is one of the big benefits of 21 foot, is that you get this and a longer galley. The longer galley hides that 32-inch TV a bit better. So they've opted to have this type fitted. So instead of a pull-out pantry made with the stainless steel, it's actually got the timber. And then you've got your 3 drawers underneath. The Dometic fridge, already charged up, ready, and icy cold. And then of course that brings us into the bathroom. And in the ensuite, they've actually fitted a bigger washing machine. Now, fitting the bigger washing machine required us to actually change the standard lid. So this actually sits a little higher off the bench than what it would normally do. Just that little bit taller. Overhead cupboards, the illuminated mirror, as you can see, and they've also fitted this little box on the side here with some extra storage facilities. Now look, I'll remind everyone, these changes may not in fact be available on your Caravan. So if you see any of these things and you think, oh well, I'd like that on my van, you need to talk to us, because not everything is possible to be done. And also depends on how far down production you are as to whether or not we can make changes anyway. But these are personalised things for these people. Now, I'm going to just swing you back to that bed, to the final feature that this van has actually got, and that is that this bed is actually an electric lift bed. It lifts up electrically. It's not a manual lift, and then they've put some further storage facilities at the front. So there you go. Look guys, another beautiful van. Lots of features, lots of changes, lots of customization on this one, but Tracy wouldn't have it any other way, and I guess we want to keep Tracy happy. So look, again, I'll remind you, if you do like watching these videos, and I thank you for the thousands of viewers that we are getting, actually, I thank you all for watching us. But if you do like it, please remember, like, subscribe, hit that alarm button, all these things, make sure that you're being kept up to date with what we're doing. And visit our website, sunlandcaravans.com.au. Our Facebook page, that's available. Also, I've also got my own The Caravan Show. That's available as a podcast or a YouTube channel. You can also find out lots of other interesting information, not Sunland related, but caravan related, places to go. I've spoken to mayors, I've spoken to other suppliers, I've spoken to other manufacturers, all sorts of people. So there's lots of really good information in there, and there are literally now hundreds of those videos on YouTube to watch as well. So otherwise, you can visit us here, 4 Strathvale Court, Caboolture. Ring us on 075499 2250 or my mobile number 0410 574 127. I did warn people 18 months ago to get those orders in, because if you didn't, you'd be on for a long wait. That is the case still. I'm going to repeat the same thing because it still applies today. If you want a caravan, get in. Don't care what brand it is. Well, I do care what brand, but I don't care what you're buying in terms of this message. Get in and get an order on those caravans as soon as you possibly can. Also, lock in your pricing, because we are seeing daily price increases. In fact, I just got told today, timber alone has just gone up by 50%. So if you don't want to get caught with exorbitant prices for your caravan later down the track, or not being able to buy one, get those orders in as soon as you can. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Ciao. Just when I thought it was all over, just a quick postscript, because Matt's just pointed out to me, I didn't show you how the seats are working and how the bed works. So listen, just a quick one. These all work on remote control. So for the person sitting in this seat here, all we need to do is press the little button and up she goes. Now, what's good about this as opposed to a traditional lift up system is I can actually get that now to be exactly where I want the support to be, because you know what, I don't always want my feet right up here. In fact, that's not very comfortable. I actually just want my feet, yeah, where I'm most comfortable. And with this little remote control, I'm able to just bring that to where I want it to be. And of course, once you've set that up, you can either leave it up and just slide in and out for it, or you can, of course, just drop it down again. Or if you want to move your position, I mean, I have to say I'm a bit of a fidget, so sometimes I want to raise that or lower it or sit back further or whatever, particularly if I'm sitting at the TV for a long time. And there's your solution for it, guys, just a quick little remote control. Now, of course, the seat beside me does exactly the same thing and has its own remote control. And if that's not enough, there's more. There's the bed. So the bed, again, has its own control. We use this little remote control, raise the bed up. If you're one of these that's got a normal strutted bed, you probably appreciate this. Particularly depending on the weight of your mattress, they can be very heavy to lift up, and they certainly, when you're bringing them into the down position, they slam. Thank you for reminding me and having this postscript here, Matt, because it's a big thing, because also underneath here you're going to see what these guys have done by way of that additional storage. So they've got their racks on this side, and then they've got the large drawer on that side. And they've still got more storage at the back there, to the sides of that actuator. So there you go, a postscript for you. And if Graham, if you're still watching this, mate, the sun is still shining. It is still sunny Queensland in Sunland. These guys are going to have a big smile on their face when they pick up their caravan in the dry this afternoon. So thank you again for watching. See you for the next one.